Active event, right?
Yeah.
It says no broadcast of this type is found.
Yeah, it's good. Persistent, right? That's right.
Yeah, we're good now.
What about that one? That one's going too?
Yeah, that one's going.
No, so you can just man it that way and then bring it towards us.
We're good.
All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, we come out every week to bring out the words of the Holy Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's who we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, the name of His only begotten Son, through the world, in the Lord Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. We want to give a double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, who we will, that taught us this truth. And much love, greetings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers throughout the four corners of the earth, all right, all the different countries where you see brothers out here kicking this truth, this gospel, and all great boldness, standing up stiffly for the name of the Lord's sake. All right, that's what we come out here to do, to wake up our people, which the people that you see on the sign, the 12 tribes of Israel, which consist of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, to you is the word of salvation preached, and that's what we come out here for, man. You heathens, you have nothing to do with this.
Right.
The only thing that you can stand and listen to is your judgment.
That's right.
All right, but outside of that, we came out here to bring the word of prophecy to you, man. Give me Jeremiah 28:8. All right, and this is how you can tell who the real prophets are, who the Lord sent. Okay, we ain't out here to sing songs with you. Okay, we're not out here to pass around a collection plate. All right, we're not out here for a motivational speech. We're out here to bring out the word, thus saith the Lord, man.
No soup kitchens.
Exactly. We ain't got a box of sneakers to start giving out to people. Okay, this ain't none of that. This ain't no welfare office. None of that, man. It's strictly the word, man. That's what we out here to do.
That's right.
Go ahead, Al.
This Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's what the real prophets did. All right, they were messengers sent by the Heavenly Father, which the Lord put His Holy Spirit upon them to go out there and declare to Israel to repent and come from out of their wicked ways, because the Lord is getting ready to do something to that particular kingdom.
That's right.
Every time there was an empire that rose up and we ended up in slavery and captivity, before the Lord brought the end of that society, He sent out His prophets to go out there and wake you up and tell you to repent, because the Lord's getting ready to judge it. He's going to bring war. He's going to bring a pestilence. He's going to bring the sword.
Great evil.
Calamity, man. Evils. All right, bad times are coming.
That's right.
Okay? We ain't out here to make you feel good. We ain't out here to tickle your ego. Okay? We ain't out here to give you any false vain hopes either, man. All right? And we don't care how you feel emotionally. It's all about exalting the word of the Most High, man. There's no respecter of persons. Okay, so, hey, the prophets before, what did they teach? Of war, of evil, and of pestilence, man. All you got to do is turn on the television, man. Or at least, the hell with the television, because you on the internet more than you on the TV. Or on social media. Hey, there's so many alerts and news articles coming out every day on what's happening around the world. But you people are too blinded, and all you witnessing and watching is entertainment. bread and circuses. That is the Roman Empire all over again. All right, that's why it misses you. But see, hey, we're your real newscasters, man.
Right.
We're showing you the forecast. We're letting you know what's getting ready to come down the pipe for you people.
We're your weatherman.
Yep.
We're your spiritual advisor. What we call your spiritual tour guides.
Yeah.
We're all of these things unto you. We give you the real uncut truth. How better can you serve somebody but by giving them the truth?
Yeah.
The truth about it, lying to somebody ain't helping them.
God.
You know, we ain't worried about what you 2/3 of you heathen are thinking about. We're concerned about the elect getting the truth and waking up to it.
That's right. And we're prophets, and what does a prophet do? A prophet prophesies, which means to tell before. All right, so we're telling you Israelites the things that are to come before they happen. So you won't have no excuse in that day. All right, when the day of tribulation happens, when the Jacob trouble takes place, you won't have an excuse, all right, for we never heard this word, okay? I had a pre real quick if someone didn't have anything.
Go ahead. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Yeah, that's what you ultimately, all the prophets, the servants, they would basically be raised up to tell Israel, hey man, repent, come back to Heavenly Father, man. Feel sorrowful for your wicked deeds. Come up out of them idols, man. Quit all the idol worship. Quit acting like the damn heathen, man. But Jake, they so comfortable, feeding their flesh that they can't even see that the Most High is trying to give them a way out.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the problem with the 2/3 specifically of our nation, they can't see and they don't know a higher form of life to live. But that's what this word gives you. This word gives you a higher form of life to live. It comes at a great price and a great responsibility, especially being righteous in a wicked society. But it's still a higher, more complex way to live. And I don't mean complex in negativity. I mean complex in the glory and beauty of it. Where you're paying attention of what foods you're cooking. You're paying attention to the things that's happening in the earth, not just social media and whatever the media puts out before you to pay attention to. But you can see things on a higher level, and that's what this Bible brings into our focus.
Yeah,
We're putting these things we see into real events and prophecy that it'll come to pass, and what focus is heading towards.
Bro, what it does is it helps you read between the lines.
Yeah.
So you see something in the news, and you can see the spiritual side, or you can see the wickedness in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this truth does to you. It does for you. It opens up your spiritual eyes, where you see something and it says, well, damn, that's like the mark of the beast, or that's a prelude to the mark of the beast.
Oh, that's a prelude to World War III.
Yeah,
I see that this shooting down of this drone over in Iran, that's going to lead to World War III.
Yep.
That Persia, now we're looking at Persia changing themselves into Iran, but still lining up with the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a chance to see on a more complex level with more insight, if you will, to be able to see the things that Heavenly Father's coming to bring to pass.
That's it.
I gotta
So,
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me."
yeah, give them warning, meaning alert them, man. Scream on them if you got to. Cuss their ass out. Get them to look up, man, and to pay attention, man. Awake, man. Okay? Hey, when you're sitting on a watchtower, you're sitting on an exalted position where you can overlook things that the people on ground level, they can't see.
The vantage point is heightened.
Yeah.
Where you have a better view of the big picture.
Like for example, it's a carnal example, but nevertheless, like a lifeguard.
Yeah.
A lifeguard, it's a reason why they have to sit up on that seat,
on that podium,
above everybody else on the shore, because at least when they're sitting up there, they have the view to look further out into the ocean and see if there's any type of danger. If there's they see any shark fin, rising above the water.
Someone drowning.
They see somebody get caught way out into the ocean, getting sucked out. You know those what they call it, those
Riptide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, the tides, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they have that advantage point to be able to look.
And usually to be a lifeguard, especially at the beach, you learn to watch the motion of the ocean. You learn to watch how the tides come, recede, and come in and out.
Yeah,
Because
right.
when it's receding out, it can snatch people out there,
Yeah.
take them
Yeah.
into deeper waters.
Yep.
You know, so they're from a vantage point to foresee the danger, just like the men of the Lord are.
Yeah.
We can see that we can foresee through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. We've been given the sight to see the dangers coming and then warn the people about it. For those Israelites that are to wake up, particularly speaking to the elect directly.
That's right, man.
You still reading, right, bro?
No, that I was
I
just
got some.
let y'all want more on
Yeah.
that.
What was the one where it says stand up on the watchtower?
I think I got it. No.
It might be Habakkuk, maybe like the first or second chapter. I think it's Habakkuk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It might be like one.
Yep. It's Habakkuk 2 and 1.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I am reproved.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, whatever the Most High told him, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna speak to Israel, man. You know? So basically to be a watchman, you gotta be on duty, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be on your shift and you gotta be well awake, awoken, man. You can't be falling asleep, you can't get drowsy, you can't be yawning. You gotta be totally active,
You
man.
got to be alert and aware at all times.
Exactly. You know? And it's I mean, it's like we're staying on duty, we're staying up and watching while Jake is just drunk and, you know, they just, I don't want to give a damn what this damn security guy's talking about,
Yeah.
man. You trying to get
He don't know nothing.
yeah, you trying to get people to safety and they like, man, shut the fuck
You
up,
trying to
man.
ruin
yeah.
my buzz, man. You trying
Yeah.
to you a party pooper.
And that's exactly what we are,
Yeah.
you know?
Bears of bad news, man. We're party poopers. Hey, this is a wicked ass party anyway.
Yeah,
The cops about to come and bust this party up in a minute. We warning y'all.
I'm telling you.
yeah. Hey, what was that? Ezekiel 21. A sword is being made furbished and sharpened, that he may bring forth a slaughter, man. You know, it says, "Shall we then make mirth?"
Yeah.
I got a pre to go with that.
It's Ezekiel 33 and 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him up for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Yep. Hey, we blow the trumpet, man. That's why you always see us putting up videos about what Esau is intending to do. You know, his secret agendas and try to wipe you Jakes out.
His martial law.
His martial law, man. You know, them transporting military vehicles throughout the states. And you know they gearing up and getting ready for shit, man.
Bro,
they training for urban warfare, having these different drills with the troops.
A train derailed out here in Nevada holding grenades and all kind of
All
shit
type of
warfare.
stuff.
The guns and stuff. You know, why is that being transported? They're getting ready for martial law.
Yep.
You know, it just happened that the spirit had to derail so that shit could be revealed.
Yeah.
But they're transporting this stuff to these major cities throughout America because they're getting ready for
getting
martial
ready.
law for the major U.S. cities. These small cities, it's nothing. They'll trap you up in a week's time. But these major cities is what Esau is concerned about.
Exactly, man. And we already know while Esau is doing that, he's gonna put it out there in the media that, you know, he's basically he's training them soldiers for national security purposes. But really, he's also putting out there about you know, we're trying to protect our borders from terrorism.
Yeah.
But who is he making the face of terrorism right now?
Yeah.
You tribes,
Yeah.
especially the Northern Kingdom, man. Whoever he suspect as a so-called immigrant, he already put the threat out there that he's going to start deporting so-called illegals.
Yeah.
And if you don't comply, they're gonna put your ass in a concentration camp, man.
Let's not act like his system of detecting who's who is foolproof and perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This man don't give a shit. He don't like whether you supposed to be here or not. He don't give a shit.
Bro, they deported a Jake that was born here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. If you was born here, you got birth certificate, social security card. If you look the part, you going.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And Trump spent a lot of time trying to associate the so-called illegals with terrorists by insinuating that ISIS is among them. You know, there's trained rebels and ISIS members among the caravans.
Yeah.
They're getting smuggled into the borders, and then they're showing you images or videos of actual of you northern tribes actually sneaking through.
Yeah. And it started with that whole campaign against the MS-13, which is just one Latino gang.
Yeah.
Right.
And they not even Issachar. You know what I mean? So that's just the
Grouped all the Hispanics in with that.
exactly.
Yeah. Just like they're doing with these black identity extremists.
Yep.
Which have been found to be false, but they don't, nobody cares because that stain is already in your mind of a black identity extremist being a
That
terrorist.
seed's been planted.
It's inception. You can't untake that out your mind now.
Yeah. Oh, Salakia, let me show y'all something real quick. This the elder Yashawamba, he have basically did a screenshot of it. If you look at that, it's like an ad on YouTube, right? When you see on that ad, it says worry, only a few terrorists have been found crossing our southern border. And then you see the image of them arresting a so-called illegal.
And on 9/11, only a few terrorists killed. So 2,977 Americans.
Yeah. So you see they
So
paint
they're
that
telling
picture.
you that, hey, why would they put them two type of terrorists together? Why would they put the
Al-Qaeda.
immigration and Al-Qaeda together and Osama bin Laden? How that don't even link together?
Yeah.
But now they're starting to put that as they're translating the face of terror from those the Arabs into
tribes.
Jakes, man, you tribes.
Hey, didn't
Particularly
a report just come out as well that it was an article that goes into how the so-called Black Hebrew Israelite movement is bringing terror to white America.
Yeah.
So they're basically
They're preaching.
they're basically trying to shift the image of terrorism to you tribes, man. And we already know how when Esau starts calling somebody a terrorist, he wants to make war with it.
Yeah.
Hey, he's done it. He's been doing it to everybody he's calling terrorists in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So he's moving on them, right? You see him over there? Same thing with you.
When they put that tag on you, they're gonna make it stick.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's no way to get it off of you. You know, so
They
that
already partially believe it now.
Yeah,
they don't like it.
and these so-called Americans, when they hear the word terrorist, they think they see blood. They want death. They want to actually kill you.
Yeah.
You know.
So read that again.
All right. Sorry, from top
So
of the-
basically, the sword is going to come upon you, man. And who is the sword? Psalms 17 and 13.
I'll grab it while you're there.
Ezekiel 33:2 again. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Then whensoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Yeah, because you didn't listen to the warning. The Most High is going to allow these devils to put a hot one through you, man. Okay, and that's going to be your judgment, man, for not taking heed. That's because you wasn't of the elect anyway. You know? But we put out the warning, man. We've been constantly putting videos up. We've been constantly going out there on the highways and byways to wake you niggas up. Okay? But you still want to love this devil. You know, you still want to open up the covenant and salvation to these same devils that want your fucking head, man.
Yep.
So the Lord's gonna give you over to that sword, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5, he said he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Yeah, so if you hear this thing and you fear and you come into the knowledge of the truth and have faith and do what we're doing up here, hey, the Lord's gonna put you in his bosom, man. We're building that spiritual Noah's Ark now. Okay?
And look, those that labored in that and building that ark is who was able to get in here.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay?
But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but the blood will I require at the watchman's hands.
Just like if you had a venue or event and a fight breaks out or a shooting breaks out, who's going if a lot of people get killed and there's nobody being brought to safety, the people ain't being brought to safety, whose responsibility is that? Who are they going to blame for those casualties for their negligence of not bringing the people to safety, man? That's going to be on the security, man, who's supposed to be watching and looking and scoping the place out, man. You know?
They saying the security, like using that Route 91 from 1 October out here in Vegas, they're blaming the security at MGM Grand.
Right.
I mean, not MGM Grand, Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Like, hey, y'all come y'all didn't handle that.
Yeah.
Handled it. They came through. This dude, you know, supposedly the one Stephen Paddock in the window laying everybody down. Hey, what do you expect us to do? He's here all the time. He brought his bags in. Everything seemed normal. You know, it's like nothing we can do, but they gotta lay blame on somebody. Well, it's the watchmen or those that's supposed to be from a vantage point, watching the cameras or supposed to be protecting the property.
Good. Like example, those of you you acting dumb about the mark of the beast,
Right.
when it's finally instituted, and a lot of your congregation received that mark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, even if you don't take the chip, you gonna die in the lake of fire along with your congregation because you didn't warn them about what the mark of the beast was. Some of you niggas know that that's the mark, but you're being paid to teach that it's not the mark.
Hey, that's why we go so hard on you about pushing about the mark of the beast on you that don't know or don't teach about the mark of the beast. Because one, you either blind and can't see it, or two, you just being wicked and deceiving the people. Either way, you're gonna get destroyed, but we don't want to get destroyed with you.
Right.
So we're gonna warn you and your congregation. If they continue to follow you, then they're gonna fall into a ditch as well, right along with you. That was it on that.
You kind of
I got a precept to back it up there.
Somebody get Proverbs 24 and 11.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3. In chapter 3, verse 18, it says, matter of fact, verse 17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. I'll read that part again. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Yep.
And when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life.
Yeah, meaning you giving license to our people to still go off and commit sin, like these church pastors. They tell you we ain't under the old covenant, so we ain't under the law, so you can do what the hell you want to do.
Yep. It's okay
You
to
can live lawless like a beast.
Yep.
As long as you accept and believe
the law is done away with.
the Messiah, you believe on Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you can do what the hell you want. Well, you're not telling them, you're not warning them from their wicked way, man.
Right.
Okay? you're gonna be destroyed, and those that follow you are gonna be destroyed.
Yep. I gotta preach with that.
You know.
It's Jeremiah 14:14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spoke unto them. They prophesy unto you false visions and divinations, and a thing of naught.
They prophesying or so-called prophesying. They speaking of things that's not true. That the Most High didn't put out there for you. Even if you're reading out the Bible with the wrong interpretation, you put out a false prophecy. Not in the name of the Heavenly Father, not in the will and the power of the Most High. So he gonna treat it. He don't care if you use the words out of this Bible to put out something false. He wants the truth pushed.
And a thing of naught and the deceit of their heart.
I got that in Proverbs.
This Proverbs 24:11. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doeth not he that pondereth the heart consider it?
Because the Most High know if you know.
Yep.
The Most High is the one that gave you the understanding.
Right.
So he already know what he gave to you, man. So you don't think that you can you can play slick with the Most High, man. So you have a responsibility, man. Now that you know it, go and tell it, man.
Tell it all. Tell the truth.
And say it with conviction, man. Cuss them out with it. You know? And if those that can't get it drawn into their head, if they can't get it, well, don't worry about them, because I'm making sure they don't get it. Because they're not of my chosen. You know, you're gonna have Jakes and you know, certain brothers, we get, you know, agitated and upset when Jake walk by and they act like they ain't hearing us, and you know, or they'll listen for a little bit, but it's like you can tell it's just it ain't resonating. Hey, you can't really get frustrated on that, man. The Most High is doing that to these the 2/3, man.
We call he's Mutombo, and that understanding out of you, waving the finger at you, man, blocking everything.
Spiritual goaltending, man.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly right.
that's the 2/3, man. The hell with them. He said whether they hear or whether they forbear. Our people are stiff-necked and rebellious. A lot of them ain't gonna want to hear the truth, man. Was that Isaiah the 30th chapter? Prophesying to us smooth things, man. Prophesy deceits. You know, Jake want to hear shit that makes him comfortable. Them niggas would rather hear Nipsey Hussle rapping about some motivational shit than to hear the prophets, man. They gonna worship him today. The BET Awards or whatever they having today. You already know the tribute is gonna be right in the middle of that shit, man. You know, they gonna highlight everything this nigga was doing. Like he was a super deep nigga, you know. Like he came down and brought you the words of salvation.
He was the first nigga to buy commercial real estate.
Real estate. And then he introduced you to Dr. Sabi.
Right.
Taught you how to eat
So because of that, now he's the Messiah now. You know, because of how he. Come on, man.
And remember Tupac said, who's next to rule in the nigga kingdom? The Most High ain't dealing with the nigga kingdom, man. He's dealing with kings and priests and a real nation of godly individuals coming from our nation.
That's right.
Okay?
Exactly.
These niggas and this nigga mentality ain't nothing special, man. That way has been tried, done, and it failed time and time again.
Right.
Okay? You have more?
Yes, a little bit more.
And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works?
Yeah, the Most High is gonna deal with you. Okay, he's gonna deal with you, man. You skip out on the flock and you allow that wolf to come in and devour the sheep up. Hey, man, you gonna get that judgment, man. You know, you basically you was being a damn hireling, man. You know, what was that? Was that John the 10th chapter? He that seeth the wolf coming. Hey, because from certain Israelite groups, it's not really a lot of prophecy coming from out of them, man. You hear more so about, you know,
Marriage counseling
and soup kitchens.
Yeah.
You know, feeding the homeless. You know, trying to get Jake off of drugs and shit like that, man.
Trying to build.
Yahweh Shai wasn't doing that, man. He was just strictly going out there forward in the ministry. And yeah, he has the power to heal. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay? He was healing our people because he had the power. And then you better believe if we have the power, we be healing brothers.
Right.
Right.
Not any old nigga.
Believers, yeah.
Not any just because he's an Israelite. It tells you that also in was that Sirach the 12th chapter?
Yeah.
Somebody get that too.
Yeah,
get that too.
And we're trying to heal you spiritually now.
Exactly.
You know, we can't. You know, we don't have the power to heal your ailments, but spiritually, we have the power through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, through this that He gave us through these scriptures, through the Word, through the truth, to heal you, to heal you spiritually, to let you know that you're an Israelite, you're a Yasharala, you're a son of the Most High.
Or even daughter or whoever.
Yeah.
You know. Just so you know.
You said Sirach 10, right? 11, 12?
I'm sitting on it.
Yeah, 12.
I got it.
12 and like what, 2, 3?
You got it? All
Yep.
right. Okay, go ahead.
It says,
Say it.
yeah, at the top. I'm gonna start at the top.
John 10.
No. Yep. Verse 2. I'll go straight to verse 2. Sirach chapter 12, verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if
To
not,
the godly men. See, Jake, like the other guys in these different groups, you know, they try to make it a whole big community thing just like the world. You know, well, all the brothers and sisters, man, we all are, you know, those are all of our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Well, Yahweh Shai didn't take that tune. He realized when he was feeding them, a lot of them was trying to follow just so they can eat. Just so they can get them loaves and shit, man.
The wicked scribes and Pharisees was Israelites,
Yeah,
but they were coming against Yahweh Shai.
yeah.
So, you know, he wasn't trying to. That's a conflict right there. He wasn't trying to feed everyone. He was trying to feed those that were weaned from the breast, or you know, to desire sincere milk.
Yeah.
They wanted to come back. You know, those Israelites that were lost. But like it says in Matthew, the first chapter, the 21st verse, save His people from their sins.
That's right.
I
got that about the sheep and wolf.
Hold that.
I got an account also. It says back in Sirach 12, said, do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. That's verse 4.
Yeah, man, help not the sinner. How you don't know who you helping out there when you're trying to set up, you know, these soup kitchens, man.
Yeah.
You know, you out there, you know, you got
It could be a breeding ground for demons inside that body.
all type of
You
demons,
keeping
man.
that flourishing through the people.
You keep feeding that demon.
Yeah.
And then and the moment you tell them, hey, that's enough, watch them demons flare.
Yeah.
Or when you run out of food,
Yeah.
that's when they
ain't gonna come around no more.
Yeah.
You feeding them so you can what? So you can teach them, so you can basically save their soul, man. Not because you just want to appear on the outside looking like you doing a noble work, man.
Yeah.
A lot of the wicked scribes and Pharisees, the Lord cussed them out on that hypocrisy.
Yep.
Was telling them, you do this to be seen of men.
Yep.
Bunch of hypocrites, man. We don't do this just to appear good in the sight of men. We do this because we fear the Lord, man.
Yep. And we're really trying to feed him. And literally, when you understand the big picture of why he was feeding them, he literally said, like, you know, it's about that hour that people need to eat. But he was in the middle of edifying the multitude at the time. He was like, well, let me keep edifying if we can, what we got to put together so they can eat while I continue to edify them.
Right.
And so they came up with just a few loaves and a few fish. And what did he do? He multiplied it and fed more than, fed them and had leftovers, man. When the multitude was basically performed a miracle.
Hey, he carnally broke bread with the multitude, but he spiritually broke bread to his disciples, man.
Right.
And that's the bread that you want.
Right.
You want the bread of everlasting life.
Yeah. Man shall not live by bread alone, talking about physical,
There you go.
carnal bread, right?
That's right.
But by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
That's right. That's it.
Yeah.
You got something still? I had something to go with.
Go right now.
All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh,
with fear and trembling in singleness of your heart unto a Mashiach, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as servants of a Mashiach.
But servants unto that wisdom that's coming from that man, from him that gave that wisdom, all the way from the Most High down through Yahweh Shai into the spirit of the word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Through that man that's teaching. You got it out?
Doing the will of the Most High from the heart.
That's what he's talking about.
Sincerely.
It's sincere.
Sincerely, man. Okay? Not doing it because you're trying to win brownie points with people in the world. You're trying to win over the hearts
They
of the
must be
2/3
doing
simple
something right,
jakes.
because they got 83
Yeah.
men out there where they got foot soldiers with boots on the ground.
Man, they
Like,
got hundreds of thousands of followers,
What
man.
is it? IUIC, we marching for to fight against violence. Remember in Memphis or
right.
somewhere? Yeah.
The 800 man
Yeah,
march or
we
whatever.
not about none of that stuff, man.
Oh, man.
We know those men that are getting gunned down is supposed to happen. It's sanctioned by the Most High,
Judgment.
whom we fear.
That's right.
Exactly.
And we understand with his blueprint laid out that those people that's gotta happen to them.
That's right. We're not community activists or none of that.
Exactly. man.
That was it on that?
Yeah, that was econ.
Did you,
See,
did
it
you
was a
finish
little-
that in the Sirach?
No, there's a little bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse 4 again, it says, "Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Yep.
Do well to him that is lowly."
And even when it comes down to teaching,
Yep.
we're supposed to know who we're teaching to.
Yeah.
You don't just teach any old nigga and give him all the precious jewels, man.
Yeah.
That's why Yahweh Shai said,
Cast
give not which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearl
That's right.
before swine.
Yep.
Not every man is worthy of these jewels, man, these riches.
We don't tell everyone that this the name.
Yeah. As it tells you, a dog will trample it underfoot, man. He'll tear it in pieces, man. You see that with certain gods when they come in.
They sit there and try to find holes
They
and
try to,
loopholes and whatnot.
Then they try to tear up the doctrine by remixing the doctrine, saying, "Oh, you guys are going off." I mean, I heard y'all, and I listened to y'all, and this is what I believe when I first heard from you. But now, I think the Lord is dealing with me now, and I'm here to tell y'all
He's not
that
dealing with you.
He ain't dealing
that-
with y'all.
that false
Yeah.
prophet,
He's
whatever.
dealing with me now, so this is what the breakdown is.
They like to
That's
say-
a fucking dog, man.
Right.
You know,
Right.
he doesn't care. He doesn't really care about the flock, man.
And it's spiritual, because when you look at the big picture, the analogies used, you said, or cast your pearls before swine, right? Because usually when they turn into that type of person, that the swine they're casting the pearl before, but they usually they're like swine, and they end up going back into the world and wallowing in the mire.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
them same spirits that do that. Oh, you're not dealing with y'all, even though I learned something, but now that I done heard it all the way through, it don't make sense. What y'all said, what makes sense is what the Most High gave me, and it's this, and I can still have this angle in the world.
Or they just say to hell with the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not an Israelite no more.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm offended.
I'm
Yeah.
offended. I can't now.
I'm
not
offended
doing it
about
because
something,
of
so
this.
I'm not an Israelite no more.
Yep.
But you idiot. And to be an Israelite is a nationality. You can't take off your nationality,
Yeah.
man.
Take the
You
fringes
can't.
off, and now
You take the fringes. You
take
take
the
your garment off,
responsibility
and
off,
now
and
you're no
curses
longer
off.
a part of the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
You know, that's why it says, "Cast not your pearl before swine," man. And that's why it says, "Wisdom shall enter into a malicious soul."
Shall not enter into a malicious
Shall not enter into a malicious soul, man.
Right.
Okay, so the same thing. You try to set up soup kitchens and you know,
Community centers.
Hey,
community, yeah,
It's the
man.
spirit you said there. Look what it
Community
said right
outreach.
here. Look what it said right here, right? Salaki, Sirach 12 and 5. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not unto the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. Give not thy bread. Don't help him out. Don't feed him with the wisdom or with food. Sometimes you got to really look at that bum on the corner. I hate to call him that, but that Jake or that homeless person or whatever on the corner, and read into him and see, discern whether they can receive some knowledge out of you, or if you should feed them carnally or not.
Yeah, because it's usually you can tell by the sincerity and their humility.
Yeah.
When they come around, they know that they don't have much, and sometimes they'll be like, "I really don't even want much from you." You know,
Yeah.
they try not to be a burden to you, but you be like, "Nah, brother. You know, I see that you sincere. I see that you really are truly drawn to the Lord with the full assurance of heart. You know, you're making that effort. So we're gonna help you out, man. And Lord will, the Most High restore you and make you whole to where you able to, have for yourself and feed yourself and do what you can do. And brothers that help a brother like that, but you got lazy ass, grimy ass niggas who just out and about because they put themselves in that predicament, man. You got to understand that, but you, Jake's here in Israel. You use this liberty and you make it, you use it as a cloak for your own fleshly reasons, man. You create your own lanes instead of going through that door, man.
The proper way to enter into this thing. Hey, and when you properly enter into this thing, the sincerity has to be at an all-time 100 high, man. It gotta be real.
Exactly.
Because your life, you gotta treat it like your life is on the line, because it really is on the line.
Yep.
And really, we're all dead unless we're chosen, which means we're coming into this thing to figure out if we're chosen or not.
That's right. Is there any more?
Yeah. It says, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good that thou shalt have done unto him.
Yeah, some of these niggas you can't even trust. Hell, most Jake you can't trust.
Yep.
You can't trust Jake, man. These niggas got schemes. They always plotting, man. They on some type of come up.
Yep.
Jake will find a way to rob your ass, man.
Yep. Try to pop your woman.
Try to get your woman.
Yep.
All type of shit, man. Or they try to get these breakdowns so they can come on the level, become a damn YouTube celebrity or a YouTube sensation, man. Now all of a sudden you this big high-powered figure in Israel, man. You don't use this to become a celebrity. You use this because you want to forward the word of the Most High, man.
Right. You're doing it for your salvation, ultimately.
Yeah.
Because and your salvation is nothing to play with.
Yeah, exactly, man. The Most High, like it says, he ponders the heart, man. He's gonna weigh everybody's works.
Yep.
He gonna try to see what sort it is, man.
Yep.
If you're putting in the work because you're really trying to store up that treasure in heaven, or if you're doing it for to obtain a corruptible crown, man. The Lord knows all that, man.
Right.
Is there a little more?
That's pretty much.
Somebody give me Matthew where the Lord sent his apostles out and what he specifically told them. Go not into the way of the Gentiles, but go rather to the lost sheep of house of Israel. But what did he tell them to do? Let's say if he told them to go out there and put some soup, put some soup and sandwiches and chips.
Yeah, put them sandwiches back out there like I did for them.
And bring some shirts with menorahs on them and with fringes.
And go out there and be counsel couples. And
be a marriage counselor.
Marriage counselor, yeah.
Let's see if the Lord told him to do that, man.
It's Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give.
I got a precept that goes with that. It was something I was going to bring out earlier, but you went into the give unto the godly, right, and not unto the sinner. Well, when Yahushua was performing these miracles, who was he performing them to? It wasn't just random wicked ass Jake out there. It was those that believed.
The ones of faith.
The ones of faith.
Your faith made you whole.
One girl said, your faith has made you whole.
Yeah.
I can't.
Therefore, sin no more.
Sin no more. Yeah.
That was that same.
And then one guy his daughter was sick. He said, your daughter has been healed because of your faith.
Yeah. I got this one. This is the one I pulled up.
I think it was the centurion.
Okay.
Here's the one with the other centurion right here, though. With his
I have
servant.
not found so faith.
That's the one I got right now. Matthew chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 2. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, canst thou cleanse me? And Yahushua put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will be thou cleansed. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Yahushua said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. Yeah, so now go ahead and tell them to keep the commandments. Go ahead and give the offering unto the priest unto the priest. Don't give it to me. Go give it to them that Moses said to give when you're cleansed of leprosy.
Levite.
To pay those tithes or those alms unto him, right? It says verse 6. And that was one account, right? Here's the other one. It said, and when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick with the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him.
Bro, that centurion was an Israelite, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yep.
he wasn't dealing with Edomites or heathens.
Right.
Nope, it
You know,
was
you
Jake,
gotta say
regardless
that.
what their skin looked like.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that was a Jake. That was
Jake,
a Negro, all right. And you had Jakes that were in the Roman military, man.
Yeah.
That's if you know your history.
Yeah.
There were Jews that was fighting in
Hey,
the
aren't
Roman
you
army.
in this white man's military now? And there, don't we have our people fully engulfed in? Look, Colin Powell.
The brothers in the camps that formed the military, man.
Right.
Those brothers believe, and they're in the camp. They're in the fold, man.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
Exactly
I just
right.
have to make that point because
Yeah.
people,
No, yeah.
you know,
You gotta always put
Yeah.
that because they'll take it out of context or they'll misunderstand.
God.
It says, the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh, and to my servant, do this, and he doeth it. And Yahushua heard it, and marveled, and said unto them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And it doesn't mean that was about them that knew they were Israel,
Right.
that were already in the fold pretty much.
Right.
This man showed faith, but he was also an Israelite. Let's not act like he was an Israelite.
That's right.
Just among the fold of his people, he hadn't found that type of that faith of them that knew the gospel.
That's right.
You know, but he found it in the centurion, which was a Jake, to say, you don't even have to be there. I believe so much in you through my faith that you just speak it and it's done.
Right. And you better believe after that centurion was sealed.
Yep.
He's one of the chosen, man.
That's right.
He got converted from that second. He already had faith.
Yep.
If the Lord gave you that gift of faith, that's part of the sealing of his chosen, man.
Right.
Is the faith.
You're not gonna give faith
You
like
ain't
that
gonna-
unto no
Yeah,
heathen, man.
you feeding a bunch of Jake's hot dogs. How's that giving them faith, man?
Right.
No,
They
give them this word, man.
That's giving them dependence.
Come on.
Yeah. Hey, what do you want to say? Teach a man to fish, he eats. I mean, teach a man, give a man fish. A man asks for fish, you give it to him, he eat for a day. You give him, you teach him to fish, he eat for a lifetime.
Yep.
That's the difference. So when you give them this word, this is teaching them to fish,
Yeah.
to where they can always eat off the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. To put it, you know, it sounds bad, but that's really what it is.
And this is a
Seriously.
and this is a natural healer.
That's right.
This word is what heals you, man. Like right now, when we come out here and we preach and prophesy, and we see a lot of brothers waking up and they're turning from their wicked ways of the world, that's basically they became healed by the word that we spoke, which is really the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12.
We finish that in Matthew.
Huh?
We finish that in Matthew. We're talking about send the apostles out. What are we talking about?
Yeah, you can drop it.
Let me hit this one right quick.
Go ahead.
You said this is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. It said, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes.